Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome to my very humble channel where I like to talk about life and the body and how to get it fixed, but the right way, right? Because there's a lot of information out there that's confusing, and sometimes I think it's almost meant to be confusing. But I like to sort of do the deep dive. I listen to my clients. They tell me weird stuff. I like to go and look it up, or I compare a big, massive group of people and start to find the correlations between this type of effect with a low carb diet on one individual as opposed to another. I find that incredibly fascinating. So, as you know, a lot of the symptoms that I see have to do with your biliary duct system. So, that's your liver, your kidney, your gallbladder, and your pancreas. That tends to be a big problem with people on carnivore and even keto, less on low carb, high fat because you're still eating starch. Starch makes your body hold on to water. And so you hold on to your minerals and you don't see the same type of issues when it comes to chronic dehydration or other mineral loss. Now, if you're losing a lot of your minerals, you can also experience issues with your hormones over time. You may not know it in the beginning, but it will affect your body that if you're not getting enough magnesium in. I keep having consultations where people are not taking their magnesium consistently. So I'm going to go and break down magnesium in another video. Now, I've already done that, but I'm going to do it again. But today, I want to talk about dehydration in terms of your water intake. Now, a lot of people ask me, what can I drink on a carnivore diet or a keto diet? And I'm like, water. It's like I say water in my head before I actually verbally say water because almost no one drinks water anymore. They feel that it's boring, and if it's boring, they don't drink enough and hence becoming dehydrated. But the problem is, my people, on a carnivore keto diet, you cannot not drink water. You're going to have to force yourself. And there are amounts and limits in comparison to if it's the summer, the winter, the fall, and your own personal body, how much damage you've had, and your electrolytes. So essentially, most people I know don't drink enough water. They say that they do. I can do consultations and go overtime or do a 2 hour with somebody, and literally they won't have a sip of what? They won't have a sip of water. And I'm like, the whole time I'm like, oh my God, they look so parched. Now, I've done this diet. I've done keto for so long, including carnivore for a short stint. And I kind of ride the line of carnivore right now because I'm an avocado, which is an avocado carnivore. And what I will always do is make sure I'm drinking enough and then I'm balancing my electrolytes, which is why I added the avocado because it has two benefits. Number one, you get that prebiotic fiber, which helps the production of diamine oxidase, which lowers histamine. Number two, I'm taking the avocado for the potassium. And number three, for the wonderful fat benefits of the monounsaturated fat. And it tastes damn good for those who do not have a histamine reaction to avocados and they like it. It's bomb. And there's so many ways you can stick it in food and in sort of stuffer-proof smoothies, which I'm not going to go into in this video. Or you can fry the avocado in butter and have like a fried avocado wedge. Kind of takes out the green taste and makes it more like a potato taste. But the water, yes. Okay, most people drink between 2 and 3 liters a day. When you hit that 4th liter, okay, you're getting towards a gallon of water. If you are drinking a gallon of water, you best be a very tall individual with a lot of body mass in the summer. If you're not, that gallon could be too much water for that individual. So I want to talk about, let me pull up an image here. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'll try to blow that up more, but I want to sort of explain the whole thing about water. Now, I'm writing, you guys know I'm putting on a challenge, so this is also a snapshot of information from the challenge that I'm putting together because I just don't want to talk about macros and recipes and meal plans. I want you guys to understand the importance of minding your electrolytes amongst a million other factors of this, like blood sugar and your autoimmunity or your sleep or whatever. So drinking too much water, okay, can lead to a condition. So when people are drinking like a gallon or 2 gallons and they're super thirsty, it's because you're not hydrated. You are drinking too much water and the cells are not able to absorb it in. Like the cells are like, oh my God, it's too much water. So they do not absorb the water into the body that well via the cells when you drink too much. So if you're drinking too much water because you're dehydrated, this is called hyponatremia. And this happens when the amount of water in your body is higher than your kidneys. This is important to understand, my people. Higher than your kidneys can handle, which can cause your sodium levels in your blood to become diluted. That's a problem. Okay, so I'm going to say this again. When you're drinking that gallon of water because you think you're thirsty because you don't know how to balance your electrolytes, this happens when the amount of water in your body is higher than your kidneys can handle. So this causes the sodium levels in your blood to become diluted. When sodium levels become too low, it can disrupt the balance of fluids around your cells, causing them to swell. I get this all the time, especially with women where they're swelling hands, swelling feet, swelling calves, moon-shaped face, okay, on carnivore. And that's what a lot of these carnivore gurus do not talk about, that delicate balance of hydration and your minerals. So the swelling can cause a range of symptoms, including headaches, nausea, and also I've talked about this before in other videos, your potassium becomes low as well. So nausea, confusion, brain fog, and it can be deadly if you guys are like seriously drinking too much water, but that's very rare. So you got to drink. So the point is to drink your water throughout the day and don't try to just chug it, because the more you chug it, the more dehydrated you become. Do not chug your water, my people. I know you're thirsty. Do not drink cold water if you're trying to hydrate yourself, because your body has to warm it before it'll absorb it. And if your cells are needing hydration, that's the whole low when you don't have enough water problem. So this is the contrary, which the body can become dehydrated, which can lead to an increase of sodium levels in your blood. So this is the opposite. And so this is because you're dehydrated and your body tries to conserve the water, which makes sense, by reducing the amount of urine that you produce. And as a result, the concentration of the sodium in your blood increases, making it difficult for your kidneys to remove this excess sodium in your body. It's kind of crazy, and both make you swell. So this is called, so there's hyponatremia and there's hyper. So this is the opposite. And it also can cause, like, you can be super thirsty. Obviously, if you don't drink enough water, it's kind of obvious. A lot of people are complaining about dryness. I'm like, are you dehydrated? They're like, no, I swear I drink enough water. But if you don't balance your potassium and your sodium levels, you can be drinking all the water all day long and still hold on to sodium. That's what's jacked up. That's why the potassium is so important in balance with your sodium levels in your diet. So high sodium levels in your blood, condition called hypernatremia, can cause, like I said, a range of problems like dry mouth, thirsty, restlessness, irritability, like brain foggy. So it does the whole brain foggy thing too. Now with this image, let's go into this image that I pulled up. So drinking plenty of water every day is important for good health. So this is about balancing your water, because of course people are develop like a mucin deficiency and then a lot of dry eyes on carnivore. Y'all don't know this because you ain't a coach. I'm coaching people. This is what's going on. I mean, trust me, my people. This is a very good image to see how much where the blue is. It says 80% to show you how much water your body actually needs. It helps you to absorb your nutrients. People are constipated, do not realize the whole constipated thing on carnivore. It's not just eating a lot of meat or eating cheese, it's the fact that you are dehydrated. Yes, obviously it lubricates the joints. We know that. Protects the organs. It helps clean out the biliary duct system, get rid of waste products, and delivers oxygen to all parts of the body and supports the growth and reproduction of your cells. Okay? The electrolyte subject is a massive, massive subject, my people. I will continue to go over sodium amounts, calcium amounts. Do you need calcium? What kind of magnesium? What happens when you don't get enough magnesium? You know, if you don't get enough potassium, you tend to have more day twitches in the face, twitching, twitch. And you can have both, which is low magnesium and potassium, and have like um, day cramps in the calves when you're at the gym, and your calves can like lock up. But if you get like a lock in the rib in the day, that's seriously potassium. It's also magnesium, but it's really potassium when you get that like lock in your rib cage in the daytime, and at nighttime when you're having less restless leg syndrome and also headaches. Has a lot to do, excuse me, with not enough magnesium in your diet or in supplementation form. We hemorrhage our minerals. It's just the inevitable because we don't have anything to have the cells swell up with water via a carbohydrate. That's what happens when you do a carnivore diet. I know this because I've done keto for almost 16 years. It's the same dang thing as carnivore. There's no starch and no sugars. Do not do the fruit and carnivore thing. It's ridiculous. No, pick a lane. If you can do carbs, do low carb, high fat, and then you can involve the fruit. But if you're going to do carnivore and you're going to do it more strict, you have to mind your water intake and your sodium, potassium, and magnesium. I hope this helps, my people. So when you guys are having like gout and kidney pain and confusion and nausea from low potassium, an electrolyte imbalance, not drinking enough water, or drinking too much water and holding on to sodium, right? Because if you take too much salt, your potassium drops, and the potassium drops, you start having all these crazy symptoms, including the dehydration. This stuff is going to be simplified, all this complicated stuff I just rambled off, in the course lesson. So I've got to take all of this and deconstruct it. So it's just like, what is this? What is this? In summary, easy to understand, files I can download in the course. And it's a challenge, but it's also a course at the same time. It's 30 days long. It's $1 a day, 30 days. And you can't sign up yet because I'm still writing all this material. Trust me, I'm writing material like you have no idea. And then I've got to organize it. And then my web guy's got to put it on my website so you can sign up. So that's not yet, but soon, my people. If you need a consultation, go to stephanieperson.com. I still have open dates on my calendar. And I'm out because I'm doing a video at 9:24 at night because I told myself to do a video every single freaking day. You can find me on Instagram at Stephanie Ketogenic. This is the business at 50 freaking 5, going on 56. And I have to meet my 10 o'clock sleep time so I can have my body heal and my electrolytes can balance. And I'm out. Peace. Energy.